When this trailer first came out, no one was impressed with it, but then they had an early screening and everyone loved it. Had a standing ovation and everyone was claiming that it was the best Transformers movie yet. But is that true? Well, I was able to watch it, so let's review it. The untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies but once were friends bonded like brothers who changed the fate of Cybertron forever. Now for starters, I just like the premise of this movie, taking it back to where it started, actually having a Transformers movie take place on Cybertron. Now I have not seen the original animated movie, but I have seen everything else. Now, although the original voice of Optimus Prime is not coming back in this movie, I do feel like that Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime is actually a really good choice. I found his acting to be very similar to what the original Optimus Prime has brought to the table. At some moments in the film, I barely even noticed that it wasn't really the original Optimus Prime voice. I didn't really have any problems with his voice. And that goes for every other voice actor as well. They all do a really good job at capturing these characters. Now, a lot of us weren't sold on this movie because the first trailer made it look like just a comedy fest. Now, although the first half of this movie is the comedy fest, the comedy works. Now, I do like to compare it to the other live-action Transformers movies because those movies have comedy too. They're Michael Bay. And even comparing it to Rise of the Beast, it has basically the same type of tone of comedy that this movie has. The comedy's there. Just feels like just another Transformers movie. And that's exactly what it is. It's just another Transformers movie. What is bringing new this time is that it's showing the origin story of these characters. I feel like this movie just captured the origin story correctly and showed us where these characters are going. And then when it does come time for the portrayal between Megatron and Optimus Prime, it works. Now, even though the first half of the movie is a comedy, essentially, everything after they get their power to transform, it's not spoilers in the trailer, everything after that point is where we start to see Megatron falling apart and slowly becoming the villain we see. And once he actually does become that villain, I liked it. I liked the way the scene was executed. Just did a feature that I liked on how it kind of showed how he turned evil. Just the portrayal was almost perfect. I will talk about that later though. But I do really like how the portrayal was portrayed for the most part. Now, if you're a Transformers fan, you're gonna absolutely love this movie. If you're a fan of the original animated show, if you're a fan of the live-action movies, like if you're a die-hard Transformers fan, this is the movie for you. And that standing ovation that was at the film festival, you will 100% agree with that standing ovation because you're a fan and this delivers. If you're not a fan of Transformers, you probably won't like this as much as if you were a fan of Transformers, but that still won't affect your perspective. If you just seen the live-action movies, or if you have no idea what Transformers is, you're still gonna like this movie. It's just a Transformers movie. And perfectly matches the tone of that. Now the problems with this movie, I have a few. First off, the standing ovation kind of article that came out, don't expect those expectations. Like I said, if you're a Transformers fan, it will meet those expectations. But if you're just a casual Transformers fan or just a casual moviegoer, it is not standing ovation level, I do not think. But it is still a good movie with a bunch of comedy in there, just not standing ovation material. Now the main villain of the movie is kind of predictable. The moment that character came on screen, I was like, that's a secret villain right there, and hold and behold, it was the secret villain. I don't really think that's supposed to be surprising because the part where Megatron turns evil, I do wish the final showdown between Optimus Prime and Megatron was actually longer. In the movie, I think it's 5 minutes. It needs to be longer because I feel like that's what most people are wanting this movie to be, is basically that portrayal and what leads after that. I just wish the final showdown between those two characters were a lot longer. The movie focuses on the main plot, which, yeah, kind of feels like they're setting up a sequel, which I won't mind. Now, is it the best Transformers movie, though? In my opinion, it's not. I enjoy some of the live-action Transformers movie a lot more than I enjoyed this one, but this one is still a really solid movie. It's funny, it's great action, and then once the betrayal happens, it is satisfying. The entire second act is not built on comedy like the first act was, and you see the betrayal build out until it happens, and it's satisfying. Transformers 1, out of 10, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If you're a diehard Transformers fan, you're gonna love this movie. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for you. If you're a casual fan of Transformers, you'll probably fall in the same range as me. But it's still 100% worth checking out. Even if you're a Transformers fan or not, you're gonna love it. But hey, that's just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. And if you like this video, this movie was in my top 10 most anticipated movies of the fall. So if you want to check out what else I'm excited for this fall, you can find that video right over here. Or find some other video that's being recommended to you over here. But anyways, see you guys next time.